There's a couple of things I'll say, like to people that are want to be entrepreneurs, and just good people in general. You you got to be a good guy or girl. You can't be a nice guy or girl.
Yeah.
Nice guy girls get fucked.
Yeah, nice is
So you
different
gotta
from
like
good.
create respect and boundaries. That's one. And then two, understand that at the beginning, even though it's gonna seem like least support, most overwhelming, least knowing how to do shit, that's the easiest time for you to fucking try everything because it's the least amount of risk. The second you start getting hits, the second you start growing, the second you start touching money, and you don't know how to act because, oh my God, right? Like,
Everybody's gonna want to be
that's
around.
the hardest time to keep the shit.
Everybody's gonna want to be around. Everybody's a friend. Everybody's the person. Nah, man, we grew up together, yo.
And then you go up the elevator, and then the
Yeah.
elevator always got to come back down. And when you coming back down, the
Yeah.
ones that are still there,
You
them the
waiting
ones
around.
that
Yeah.
you gotta like when you rebuild and go back to up the elevator, them the people you take.
Around.
I know I'm not the only one for the past few mornings felt like, yeah, this feels like back to school weather, like 60s in the morning. Peak summer, it'd be hot 8 a.m. But now it feels like, September is here. Depending on where you tuned in from, school has started for other places, but school is about to start here. This where I was born and raised at in this area, so we always started school in September. And when we started getting this weather, it definitely used to be like, damn, it's over. Like back to the teachers, back to the madness of school. Besides getting fly, of course. Those first couple days of school, you could have your short first weeks. I feel like up until October, back in the day, you could just wear regular t-shirts, maybe a sweatshirt. Like once October hit, it's like, you start throwing long sleeves on because the morning been feeling crazy. But it's been feeling like that the last few mornings and then heating up throughout the day. They talking about we about to have a nasty winter, the cold front. It's like we about to skip fall probably and just jump into winter. It's gonna be like a quick fall straight into winter. This is the real season though. This is for me, this always been a real test. This shows who's who. You know what I mean? Who got multiple coats? Who got the boots? Who got the boots and the sneakers? Who got the crazy sweaters, the hoodies, all of that? All of that comes into the seasons we are approaching. I mean, 2025 been crazy on the sneaker releases. So imagine if you had to buy sweaters, hoodies, and coats in the last few months mixed with catching them sneakers. Woo! Very expensive, very expensive. Yo, blue tint 9.5s, women's sizes, definitely been making their way to certain stores. A few stores had them around here. Of course, they had lower inventory. I'm talking about 12 to 14 pair of store. Yo, the game that Nike is playing right now is crazy. Like, I get it. It's like, yo, let's see how they feel about it. And if they really like it, we'll do a restock or it's crazy though, because it is extremely rare if you don't have a connect to go in the store and grab certain things easy. Air Max 95s being one of those things. Every gradient color has never like just sat where you could walk in the store and grab it. Still a couple pair of Aqua 8 sitting around, which leads me to this, right? So you see how cult classics are not selling out the way they used to, right? You get certain people, and that's why I always leave the disclaimer. And when it's something that I like and I want to see come back, but I know I'm biased towards it, I always say I'm biased, and 9 times out of 10, we never gonna see it again because it's something that I just personally like and that everybody's not gonna like. Like it's certain things that like the original Falcon color diamond turfs. That's a sneaker that everybody wanted. Everybody didn't want which what they call now the Raven colorway. So I could see why that's sitting around. But To see the climate, the market climate that we live in, where a Aqua 8 is still sitting around, that should tell you a lot of those sneakers, and no disrespect to the people that like what they like, those sneakers that was shit that sat in models back in the day will not cut it right now if an Aqua 8 and white cement fours are not selling out. I mean the way Nike is doing things right now, it do make sense that if it's enough people chattering about it, hey, maybe drop 1,000 of them, see how it go, to where it's not really no loss like that. But man, I seen a store by me get those blue tint 95s, and I made the call and I was like, yo, they was like, man, don't even waste your time. It's 30, 40 people online right now. We only got 14 pair. I respect that, because if I would have sat on that line for an hour or whatever till they open and then they rush 14 people in and say it's over, I would have been heated. So my new favorite thing to say is, man, the game is the game, man. Charge it to the game. It is what it is. What can we do about it? Yo, the clip at the beginning of this video is from a vlog from SneakerCon. Me, T Mark, and 2J Kicks. The way that went about is we in there, T Mark and them got a table. Shout out to him, K, Dex, everybody that was at the table. And, you know, I went in there basically to get content and to talk to certain. I wanted to talk to the people. So in the mix of doing that, I say to T Mark, like, yo, I'm about to go try to holler at 2J's. And he was like, yo, that's my people's. Like, I'm gonna take you over there. So he took me over there, made the introduction, which led to an excellent conversation between the three of us. A lot of y'all know what 2J's is going through right now. The whole conversation definitely wasn't about that, because I feel as though a lot of people already shed light on it, even though the things that we spoke about concerning those issues was different. It was just cool to build and get a lot of jewels from him. And then shit T Mark was saying, like, it was a good conversation. So that vlog, I'm gonna drop that real soon. More than likely, first week of September, when I make this other announcement of what's going on in September. Yeah, man, never mistake silence for not working. Yo, I'm one person. I'm trying to juggle as much as I could juggle without, you know what I mean, neglecting each platform. You know, we got Instagram, YouTube, the Secret Society, aka Patreon. It's a lot of things going on in the mix of just, you know what I mean, being me and making sure that everything that I got to do is done correctly. So I dropped this post yesterday on Instagram. I dropped it before MTV Rock and Jock Cam wearing the silver Duncans in '98. In today's world, you know, the sneaker nerds and the people call them by their name, which is the Air Total Foam Posit Max. Y'all seen Tim Duncan wear them. Um, we never called them that. They were strictly the Duncans as far back as I can remember, '98 to be exact. And when I dropped this post, I made sure to add the lyrics to it in the songs just to give people context of bars that may have went over people's head growing up. So when he said MTV, Jenny Jones, Rock and Jock, right back to the block, the clock. So he's basically telling you like, yo, I done played Rock and Jock and went right back to the hood on the block right after that. So, you know, back then, people may not have seen Rock and Jock or seen that picture of him with the sneakers on or even heard the lyrics from Double Up on Sports Drugs Entertainment. But I feel as though when it comes to a lot of the curating, it's not enough history of not even what the post is, or more or less, why did you post it now? What does this post mean to you? Like meaning to me. So for me, it's like, all right, beasting for the Silver Duncans to come back. I'm familiar with Rock and Jock, but I'm also familiar with the bar. So it's like to tie all of that in together and to have a platform to be able to give it to the people so they could further understand certain things. That, that means a lot to me. I feel like people are just posting shit and reading the caption from Getty and putting it out there, or paying attention to what other people are doing and, remixing their shit, but whatever. 2026, there's definitely been a rumor of the Silver Duckins coming into reproduction. Of course, they're gonna be limited. That part I don't know. I've heard from reliable sources about the release in 2026. The limited shit, I'm just saying that because I just seen how limited everything else is. Um, they ain't really trying to lose no bread like that. The price tag is going to be high. If you think about the way the Jordan 17s was priced, why wouldn't they price the Duncans like that when that was a $180, $200 shoe from the rip? Hopefully, what they do is they fix the sole on them. Yo, the sole on that sneaker wears out so fast, and in particular, just the right corner. It's real, real thin. Those that had them understand and know what I'm talking about. A few wears, it wears out crazy. For me, I never had silver. I missed 98. I didn't have either color. First retro, I had black. I never had the white. The silver was always sold out. 2011, I wasn't out here when they dropped. Pandemonium, everybody sending me pictures with them on. Shout out to Cousin A, free Cousin A. He still got his 2011 pair. He might have worn them two, three times. And they sitting. Refused to sell them too. But when we talk about that sneaker and what that sneaker did for outside, and I'm mainly talking tri-state area in the DMV. Anybody else outside of those areas, yeah, you might have had twos and fews in between that had them, but they did not impact the areas like they impact these areas. And I mean, the proof is in the pudding. DC by far has the most pictures of people in Duncans from 98. I mean, shit, every release. You know what I mean? New York City too. And that is just like a street culture sneaker. Even though Duncan played basketball in it, it's a heavy sneaker. Yo, this shit is damn near like a boot, but it looks so good. Sometimes you sacrifice things. Think about how many people say the Jordan 4 is uncomfortable or the pinky toe killers, and we gonna cop some Jordan 4s. Same thing with the Duncans. Social media definitely made an insane hype over these sneakers, which is just bugged out to me. Like, yo, it's so easy to look back on pages and see what they used to post about compared to when they see certain other things get traction. And I get it, it inspires them to talk about those other things as well. But yo, you really want to know the truth about anybody or their page or the page that they're curating, start from the beginning and read. That's another thing. It's not enough reading going on. Read the captions and you'll see what level they on. And it's no disrespect to them, but like I said, this is unfiltered. And I don't like when people put me in the same bag with other people, especially when I dive a little deeper than other people. I'm not going to say everybody because it's definitely some people that give me a lot of knowledge by looking at their content and their pages, but just a little food for thought, man. We all ain't the same. Everything ain't for everybody, and everybody ain't for everything.